Greetings, fellow grade 11s. It's Mr. Shachai here. Welcome to Back to Basics, right? Now, basically, what is it that you are looking at today? I want us to learn firstly how to use our quadratic formula. I would say, now, so we are saying, isn't it that we are having our quadratic equation, and we know that our quadratic equation is always given by what? It's always given in terms of ax squared plus your bx plus your c, which is going to be equal to 0. Now, what we are saying now, if you are having the expression that is given in this format, we can we have one particular formula, which is our quadratic formula that we use in order to what? In order to factorize. Okay, in order to also factorize our quadratic equation, right? So we are saying this formula of ours is given by x, which is equals to negative b plus minus this is going to what? This is going to be b squared subtract your 4ac, and this is going to be divided by what? This is going to be divided by 2a. This formula of mine, I usually refer this particular formula of mine as a what? As a six gun, right? We are saying this is a six gun, and those who basically from South Africa will understand that our six gun basically is a spice that we use in almost everything. So I'm saying this particular formula is going to be working in almost everything that we use, especially when it's in quadratic. Once again, so it helps us to do what? It helps us to factorize, right? It helps us to factorize. Okay, now for an example, let's just get a typical example. Let's say we are given here, we are saying now they want us to solve for your what? For x. Now, what is it that you are going to do so to solve for x? Let's say now in this particular question, you are given that you are having what? You are having your x squared, subtract your 5x. Now subtract what? Subtract your 14 is equals to 0. Now, we are saying, how can you go about solving this? Now, firstly, we are saying you can factorize this, isn't it? You can factorize this the traditional way. And the traditional way, which means now you have opening your two brackets, equating them to 0, finding what is going to be your x, your factors of x squared, which is same as x, and finding the factors of 14 that can give you what? Your negative 5x, which means that is going to be your 2 and also your 7. And your bigger factor is going to take the sign of the middle term, which means this is going to be negative and this is going to be what? Positive. Altogether, which means your x here is going to be same as what? Your x here is going to be same as your x is going to be same as your negative 2, or your x is going to be same as what? As your positive 7. Right? Now, that's what basically we are saying. Now, but we are saying you can still use your quadratic formula to do almost the same thing, right? Now, we are saying, now, let's say now you are using your quadratic formula. So remember here you are given by what? You are given x squared, subtract 5x, subtract what? Subtract 14 is equals to 0. Now, one is wondering in terms of where is your a, where is your b? Now, we are saying this one here, remember here, you are having your what? You're having your coefficient of a here. How it's again? Which means this is your a, your negative 5 represent your b, your negative 14 represent your c. Out again. And when you're having that, so what is it that you're going to do? So you're going to say now from here, you are going to have what? This is going to be your x squared is equals to negative b plus minus your what? Plus minus your b squared, subtract your 4ac over your what? This is going to be over your 2a. And now that you are having that, what is it that you're going to do? Where there is a, you are going to substitute your 1. Remember 1 here, it's same as representing your a. Where there is b, you're going to substitute your negative 5. And where there is c, you're going to substitute your what? Your negative 14. So this is going to be same as your x is equals to negative. Now, what is your b? Now, your b is negative 5. So you write this as still as your negative 5, right? Plus, this is plus minus the root here, what is going to be your p? Remember, your p is still given by negative 5 squared. Subtract your 4, what is going to be your a? Your a is given by 1, and your c is given by what? It's given by negative 14. This is going to be divided by what? What is your a? This is going to be 2 into your 1. Altogether. And now when you are doing that, what is it that you are going to find? if you've solved that, now we are saying, remember, you are going to say, write this in terms of what? This is going to be same as what? Your x is equals to negative, and negative is going to be positive. So this is going to be positive, which is same as what? Positive 5a, right? This is going to be positive 5. And this, remember, you're having plus minus. So you can start by taking the one of plus. And then here you come back here. What is going to be this? This is going to be same as 25. Subtract. Now remember, this here you're having what? You're having your negative and negative, which means this is going to be your positive. This is going to be a positive of what? Of 4 multiplied by what? Of 4 multiplied by 14. And this divided by what? This divided by 2 into 1. And 2 into 1 is same as what? It's same as your 2. How to get? So which means it's going to be that, or the other one you're going to write this as x is also equals to what? 5. Remember, the formula here is having plus minus. So this is going to be minus what? The same thing, which is 25 plus what? 4 into what? Into 14. And over what? This is going to be divided by what? Divided by 2. Right? Okay. And now, when you're having that, now you're going to find the solution. You are going to realize that the value of your x that you're going to find when you are using this, your x is going to be equals to what? Your 7, or your x is going to be equals to what? Your x is going to be equals to your negative 2. Out again. Now, which means now whenever you are solving for your quadratic equation, you can use the traditional way of factorizing, and you can use the traditional way of or you can use rather your quadratic formula, or our 6-gun formula, right? Okay. Now we are saying, now from here, what else are we going to have? What else are we going to have now? Let's say now I give you something else, right? Now, usually this formula of our quadratic formula, it works wonders when you are having question now where they said you need to round off your answer, right? Into what? Into 1 or 2 decimal places, right? Because there you cannot factorize the traditional way, but rather you need you need to have your what? You need to have your what? Your 6-gun formula, or your quadratic formula. Now let's say you are given this now. Now let's say in this case you are still solving for x, right? You are still solving for x, right? Now let's say in this one now, you are given this. Let's say you are given that you are having, let's say now you are given that you're having 2x squared. Let's say this is 2x squared is equals to 3x. This is equals to 3x plus 4. Now, what is it that you are going to do here? So now, remember the first thing that you're going to do, you are going to write this in standard form, right? And what is standard form? Standard form, basically, this is going to be 2x squared, subtract what? Subtract 3x, subtract your 4 is equals to 0. So basically, I just took all these things and transposed them that side. Not again. And now, obviously, if you can try and factorize this, there is no way that you can factorize it. Not again. So now the best thing that you're going to do is now you are going to substitute. You are going to substitute it in your what? In our quadratic formula, right? In our quadratic formula. For quadratic formula. Now, if you substitute in our quadratic formula, remember quadratic formula is given by x is equals to negative b plus minus what? Square root of b squared, subtract your 4ac over your what? Over your 2a. And then now, what is it that you're going to have? Now, from here, we are saying from here, what is it that you're going to have? This is going to be same as your x is equals to, now what is your a, b, and c? Remember, here these 2 represent your a, these 3 represent your b, and this negative 4 represent your what? Your c. And remember, you take the what? The number with each sign, which means here your b is going to be negative, right? So which means this is going to be your negative, right? Negative, what is your b? Your b is given by negative 3, so this is going to be negative 3 plus minus. This is going to be what? This is going to be same as, what is your b squared? Remember, your b is still negative 3, so this is going to be negative 3 squared, subtract 4. And what is going to be your a? Your a is given by 2. Your c is going to be given by what? Your c is going to be given by your negative 4 over your what? Over your 2a, right? this is going to be over your 2a, and your 2a is same as what? Is same as 2. And how can we now go about solving these, right? Now, remember, this is going to be same as x is equals to, now negative and negative is going to give you positive 3. So this is going to be 3 plus, this is going to be 3 plus. Now, let's say we take the one of a plus. Now, when you come back here, what is 3? Negative 3 squared, it's same as 9. Then this is going to be same as 9 subtract. Look, when you say a negative 4 multiplied by 2, that is going to be what? That is going to be 8. Negative 8 multiplied by negative 4, that is going to be positive 32. So this is same as plus 32 over what? The 2 multiplied by 2 is going to be equals to 4. Or on this side, what is it that you're going to have? Your x, which is equals to what? 3 again. Now remember, you're taking the negative sign. Remember here, you're having plus minus here. So this is going to be minus what now? Minus your 9. This is going to be your 9 plus your 32 again over what? Over your 4. And you'll realize that now the answer that you are having, your x is given by what? It is given by 3 plus, this is root, right? This is going to be root 41 over your what? Over your 4. And this is going to be your x is equals to what? 3 minus root 41 over your 4. Okay. But in most of these questions, they might ask you to either round off your answer to 1 or 2 decimal place, or anytime whenever the question requires you to round off your answer to either 1 or 2 decimal place. It's simply because they want you to use your what? Your 6-gun formula, or your rather your quadratic formula. So which means this is going to be same as your x is given by what? Your x is going to be given by 2. This is going to be 2.35 now when you round off using your what? When you round off the other one, your x is going to be equals to your negative what? This is going to be negative 85, or rather negative 0.85. Okay, so basically that is going to be how we use our quadratic formula. Okay, hopefully now at least you have an understanding of how do we go about when we use our 6-gun formula. I wanted to check something that you might probably want to use a 6-gun formula there, right? Let's say now we check something else, our last example. And now, let's say now in this last example, what is it that you are having? So now in here, let's say you are given that you are having this. So let's just make up our space here. Right, let's just make up our space. Hopefully you're still here. Just making up our space so that we can be in a position now to again use or to try and solve one last question using our quadratic formula, right? And remember, I've stated clearly that this quadratic formula is not only restricted to the ones that you cannot manually factorize. Even in the ones that you can factorize, you can still use your what? You can still use your quadratic formula. Okay. Now, so let's say I get you some last thing now. Let's say now from here, I give you that you're having what? You're having x squared plus what? This is x squared plus 2x is equals to what? This is x squared plus 2x. This is going to be equals to minus 1. Right? Now, how can you go about solving this? This is going to be same as what? X squared plus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. Remember, we start by writing this in standard form. Then the next thing now we are going to come back and identify what is going to be the coefficient for A, B, and C. Now your A here, remember your A here, it's same as your 1. Your B here, it's your what is your 2, and your C is your 1. So which means now you are going to come back and write your 6-gun formula, which is x is equals to negative B plus minus square root of what? Of B squared subtract your 4AC over what? Over your 2A. And now from here, what is that you're going to have? Now you are going to come back, substitute all the value of your A, B, and C in here. So your x here is going to be given by what? Is going to be equals to what is your B? Your B is given by 2 now, which means this is going to be negative 2 plus minus square root of what is the B again, still as your what? Your 2 subtract 4, what is going to be your A? Your A is 1 and your C is 1. This is going to be divided by 2 into what? Your 2 into 1. And now this is going to be same as what? This is going to be x is equals to negative 2. Now let's separate the plus and minus. So this is going to be plus. Now if let's say we solve our square root here, what is it that you're going to have? Remember, this is same as 4. 4 multiply, so this is basically 4, subtract your 4 over what? Over your 2. Altogether, your 2, altogether, because 2 into 1 is still the same as 2. The other one is going to be same as x, subtract, or x is equals to 2. Rather, let's just write this very nice so that you see it. So this is same as x is equals to what? Your x here is equals to negative 2. This is going to be minus now 4, subtract your 4 over your what? Over your 2. And the answer that you are going to find on this side, it's going to be what? This is going to be your x, which is equals to what? Your x is going to be equals to your negative 1. And I think in this side, remember, your 4 subtract 4 is going to be 0. This is going to be what? Your answer that you are going to be having, your x is still going to be same as your negative 1. Okay, so basically now this is going to be how you use your what? Your quadratic formula to solve these types of questions. Hopefully this makes sense to you now. And thank you very much, good people.